I am so glad you are here. This is Liz at Megas Books and Herbs here in Minneapolis and at megasbooks.com. For it is live on Wednesday. What are we wearing? We are wearing beautiful pieces from Jerry's collection. She was an importer, she has retired, and we have her goods and wares that she's imported into the US from all over the world. She's delightful to work with, and every time you buy something of hers, we end up needing to send her a check at the end of the month. So we're supplementing her retirement, and so are you. And you guys love her stuff: jewelry, bags, scarves, you name it. I've got a few fun things to show everybody. But first, oh yes, what am I drinking? Here we go. Eleuthero, you know it's my perennial favorite. If you've been here for a minute, it's almost always in my blends. Some goji berry to sweeten things up. We were out of some of my faves, so I couldn't include them this time, but I did put in a little rhodiola, and there's one other ingredient in here I don't remember, but it's delicious. It almost has a wine-like quality. It's just fabulous. So I do recommend playing with herbs safely. As far as what's new, we've got a bunch of new decks in. I was going to pull new books, but they all sold. Feminine Myths, or I always look at this and go Feminine Myths, is a deck that's in. The artwork is just outstanding. It's absolutely, like, there's a certain level of starkness to it that I think is gorgeous. It's going to make a great deck. It's an oracle deck. I also have the Hafiz Oracle, if you're familiar with that poet. Again, wonderful work, and the illustrations are just inspiring, like the poetry. And this one I've already had to reorder and replace. It hasn't been here for more than a week and a half, and yet Divine Masculine Oracle deck. Big hit already here. 44 cards. It's a wonderful one by Christabel Jessica, and the art is by Celia GF. I did have one book. I think I've also had to order this one again, even though it's a brand new release. This is Dream Sorcery. This one it's about lucid dreaming. It's by Nikki Wardwell Sleeth. I want to make sure I've got that name right. But this is about if you would like to do some journey work in your dreaming, if you want to be able to perform some magic in your dreaming, if you would just like more control over how you dream so that maybe you can shut down the odd nightmare, this is a really good way to do that. And so I'm excited to have this one in here. That's my what's new. We don't have a ton of new stuff because, as many of you know, we are moving to 2520 Central Avenue Northeast. We're just moving a handful of blocks north of where we are right now. We'll still be in Minneapolis. We'll still be about 5-6 minutes away from our old locations right by the U of M. And hopefully in just a few minutes, I will be bringing on the wonderful Alexandra Eldridge tarot decks. Wonderful stuff. We've had a couple tries making sure she's got sound. So we're going to test that in a few minutes. I'm just going to run through our calendar of events first for you guys, and then we'll bring her on. These decks are amazing. I cannot wait to talk to her about them. Our founder, Roger Williamson's an artist. One of my uncles is a professional artist. I'm fascinated with what I've seen of the work. I'm really looking forward to chatting with her. Or them. I haven't asked. You know what? I have not asked. They, them, her. I don't know. We'll find out together. But in the meantime, here's our schedule. We are going through this month. We're flying through it. We've got, of course, I'll teach Herbalism 2 tonight. That'll be fun. If you are interested in the herbal program, year 1 will start up again on Tuesday evenings for 9 months, beginning in the first Tuesday of September. If you need a payment plan, we are very happy to do that for you. Payments are broken out into 3 parts due in June, July, and before the first class in September. Always looking forward to that. Registrations have already started. We've already got people signed up, so I am looking forward to a fun year with year 1s on the night that right now the year 3s meet. So what else have we got coming up? This weekend, the Standing Stones will not be here. They will be here the following weekend. There's nothing at the end of this week. They've just finished up their run, their 3-part series on divination. So on May 31st, which is the second to last class they're doing in this series, your magical name and personality, which is always a fascinating discussion because it really delves into how you represent yourself and how things like names reflect your personal power. It really is a fun discussion to go through. And then 2 weeks later, on June 14th, will be the last class in their series. What is dedication? What's initiation? And what's Coven life all about? If you choose to go further than this series of classes with the Coven of the Standing Stones, you become a dedicant and ultimately then an initiate, etc. So it's kind of their wrap up talk. They'll probably start it again in the fall. It's always fun to work with them. They're a great crew. And the rave reviews we've gotten from all of the people who've attended, it's a wonderful new set of teachers they've brought on. The old teachers were fabulous too, don't get me wrong, but these guys are great. On Sunday, the 25th, we'll have the Reiki share at noon. So if you're a Reiki first, second, or third degree and you just want to do some trades, come by. We do it around 12 till around 2. It is always a lot of fun. We have the palmistry class with Chris. That is a by donation class. He's got about 4 classes. He does one after the other in this series, but you can jump in at any time. And it's pretty much a given he's going to read your palm while you're in class because he's not going to be able to resist. Incredible depth of knowledge on palmistry. Cannot recommend him highly enough. And other than that, it's just our daily shows and, of course, the move. Now, we are thinking about having a moving party on Memorial Day. So if you're not going to be barbecuing on that particular Monday, if you're doing it earlier in that weekend and you want to help us move, this is the way to do that. I'll be there. We'll firm up all the times and things this week and start sending out more notifications on it. I also want to remind everybody that our readers are here every day of the week. So today, Megan will be here the whole day, noon to 6 for you guys, and she'll be doing it again on Thursday, noon to 6. Friday, we have Raven Wolf. Now, he's only here from 1 to 4, but absolutely worth it. And then on Saturday, the two of them split the day, with Raven Wolf being here officially from noon to 2, but it's okay if he bleeds over because Megan's not coming till 3, and she'll stay till we close up at 6. She is loads of fun. They're both excellent readers. Doc Murphy will be here from 1 to 6 on Sunday, and of course, Morpheus does dream interpretations on Monday from 2 to 6, and then on Tuesdays, Raven Wolf will be here, but only from noon to 3. So that's our baseline schedule, and I've got a couple ways that Alexandra might be able to be on. So I'm going to try adding her to the stage and see if we hear her this way. Can we hear you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, a little frozen.
Can you hear me?
Oh no, we're still not hearing you. Oh, this is tragic. Everybody take a good look. Beautiful artist, making exquisite work. I can't ask you any questions. I'm so sorry. I definitely want to mention a quote that I really loved from your Facebook page. Part of how I feel from the quote, I feel like it's part of how you define your own work. My paintings emerge from a place where contradictions are allowed, paradox reigns, and reason is abandoned. And I love that idea. Immersing yourself in the experience of the art as a magical act, I think, is a beautiful idea. I know our founder, Roger, defines this. He kind of has the same idea, but he thinks of it as every painting I'm exercising a demon, a good demon, a bad demon. I'm exercising, I'm bringing out this spirit for the world. And as the idea of each piece as a unique experience being an important one, especially for the visual arts.
Liz, we have a echo.
And I know you have a couple of decks coming out. Well, you have a deck out and you have one coming out. We will be having these, I hate to say this, but because we're moving and because your publisher wants me to order 15 or 16 boxes of books, we're waiting until we move. We're not putting that many extra boxes of books. But I did want to point them out and name them because they're gorgeous decks. I have seen snippets from both of the ones that I've looked at. The Oracle of Rewilding is the one that's coming out now, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, see, everybody, she can hear me. We just can't hear. I don't know why we can't hear you. Our stuff is not muted, and you're on the stage, so I know you're here. I know something in the ether is weird today, that's all. And then you had a deck that came out before that one. I'm trying to find the name of it.
The radiation. Oh,
I can't hear you.
yes. Is it have an echo? Oh,
I had it here and it disappeared on me, darn it.
Liz, can you hear me? We have an echo.
All right, well, I'm not going to spend too much time hunting. But you get two beautiful decks. This one that's coming out, I absolutely adore. Just so people can see like the style of art. Let me see if I can pull up a piece or two. I just love these birds. You must have done a whole series on birds at some point. And this is off of Instagram. So folks, and there's music, so it's just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh, and now, of course, I'm in Instagram and all the noise Instagram wants to make for me. But there's this lovely sort of ethereal quality to all of these pieces. There's some more. Just got to show it off because it's just so pretty. It wants me in the center. The camera automatically focuses on me. It's no longer a static thing. It's trying to do its job. But isn't that delightful? I know, you just have to sit there and take compliments. I'm so sorry.
Oh, so sorry. Let's just see.
But the decks, really interesting decks, and I think the artwork is really designed to help people see beyond what their perception might be. And I think when art does that, it expands not just your universe, but it expands who you are. And the more you grow in that way, I think the more balanced and better off you are as a human being. So I really think this kind of art contributes to that process beautifully. So I would love to talk about what brought you to this kind of artwork.
Can you hear me at all? Can you hear me?
And maybe one slightly shorter podcast today because of it, but that is okay.
Let's see.
We're flipping back and forth, by the way, between two potential ways that she's been trying to come online, and it just has not quite worked out. We'll see if she can step in again or not, but we just had some weird technical issues that we could not work out in the 15 minutes before we start the show, nor in the last almost 15 minutes since we started the show. So I would highly recommend these decks. We'll definitely be getting in several copies as soon as we are settled in our new location, just up the road on Central here. So please do check out her work. The Instagram is gorgeous. I cannot recommend it enough. And just so that the spelling is right on your name, it's Alexandra, sort of the way you might expect to spell Alexandra. And Eldridge, there's a couple of ways of spelling Eldridge. This name has an I in the ridge part, the ELD, and then the word ridge is how this artist's last name is spelt. So you can find her on Instagram and other spaces and places.
Can you hear me now?
Then we
No?
stop, but we still can't hear her. No.
So disappointing.
It's okay, that's part of what live is about.
Okay.
And I'm sure you have some wonderful insights to share, especially about your own life and work.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it. No one can hear. No one can. Shall I talk?
As a native New Yorker, I wanted to talk to you about that. And neither of us are there anymore, so we could talk a little bit about that and have some fun with that. In my case, it's just what happens when you're first generation immigrant. First generation American. You're just like, okay, mom got off a boat. It's all right. We'll be born in New York. It's cool.
I so wish I could talk about this.
As well as your journeys, both artistically and geographically. But say la vie.
Oh, such a shame.
Maybe we will reschedule for another time. Figure it out.
That would be, please,
Okay.
that would be wonderful. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
But yes, hopefully then we'll get lots of folks looking at your Instagram site and we'll have some fun.
Thank you so
I
much.
look forward to getting your decks in.
Okay. Okay.
And I will not torture you. I'll let you go.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
Have a great day, though.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye. So That's Alexandra. Beautiful person. Very, very sweet, very accommodating, so lovely to deal with in email, so lovely to, she just really is a gem and a prize. So I heartily recommend the work. Very different in style from our founders, but they both have this quality of taking you out of your immediate reality. And of course, when you can do that, you really do start to grow as a person. And I just adore that about it. I'd say the same for this lovely Chris Wilson's art, which is the show we've got up until we close here. And you guys have been seeing these paintings that are behind me right now for weeks and weeks and weeks because three of the paintings on the wall I'm facing are gone. They're sold. She does very nice, sort of very affordable art. So we've got these three and three more that are in that size range. And then we've got several that I would say are ready to go either on in a smaller space, on a bookshelf, or on a desk somewhere. There's four of those left because one of those is sold as well. But beautiful paintings of suns and moons. There's a sloth painting in there. If you're a sloth person, wow, it's adorable. So let's go forward on that lovely artwork. We are getting ready at the new location, and when these come down, we don't see these here anymore. It means I've taken over the picture hanging equipment, and we're hoping to have a retrospective on a local pagan artist's work. She passed away this year. Yeah, I believe it was this year, a few months ago. Might have been late in 2024. A delightful artist, really beautiful. Strong work, strongly colored work, also worth a look. But her husband and I have been working on her tarot collection and evaluating that and getting that ready to bring into the shop, into the new location for you folks. Some really unique decks, some absolutely run of the mill decks that'll just be like normal half price stuff, but some really good prizes in there as well as probably a few boxes worth of books. Some delightful guy though, and his wife's work is just wonderful. And I vaguely think I've met this gentleman before, but I think it was at minicon way back in the day with when minicon embraced all comers before it kind of contracted a little bit intentionally. I know they've opened up again and are welcoming people back again, and that's wonderful. I'm very happy for them that they are doing that, of course. And that's of course what spawned Convergence and one other event that I'm not sure is still happening anymore. So I won't name them because I'm not sure they're still around. But so yeah, we're looking forward to. Roger has actually seen the artwork. Our founder has seen the artwork and has visited with the widower in question, and we both are enamored of the idea of us showing a retrospective of this wonderful local pagan artist's work. So we're looking forward to that in the new site. I should warn you all, everything will be a little tighter, a little smaller. It's a slightly smaller space, but it's much better cared for, and that's the reason we're really moving. So I have been moving all month long, and I'm going to be moving more stuff today. My car's already loaded, and there's more stuff at the top of the stairs. Many of the bookcases here will be sold, even though I'm going to replace them with the same bookcase. We are absolutely going to be letting these go for $20 each if anyone's interested. And I've got a few other shelving units that are nice. They're sort of decorative that we're not going to be moving. They'll be up here for $20 each as well. So there could be some good bargains like that. I don't know if I'll have time, but if I have time, we will make grab bags for you all before we go. I do have some prizes and toys that we can definitely make some fun grab bags with, but I don't know if we will actually get there. So with that in mind, hopefully, if you're interested in helping us move, you can reach out and let me know, and I will be organizing things, making sure we got enough pizzas, that kind of stuff. In the meantime, for me at this time of year, my thoughts are definitely turning over into the next full moon and the next Sabbath. So it's that question of what will we be doing for midsummer and June's full moon. Um, I know the folks I work with, we are looking forward to working in the new space because we often use the classroom during off hours for our workings, and we really enjoy it. It also means, quite frankly, that I don't have to clean my house. You just have to clean up after us when we're done with our workings. And there are a couple people in the group who are really itching to open it up again. So we may be doing some free classes, introductory classes for our group over the summer while the Standing Stones are not there doing their series. We'll see. We've got to get that organized on our end. But if so, we'll probably be doing it on Sundays, would be my guess, because that's when I'm available. I won't lie. And hello to everyone who is saying hello. Um, I see you. I can't say that. I'm assuming it's Abby, but hello and thank you for tuning in. This is our first Kick uh, broadcast, so I'm so happy that you guys are here. It's fun. It's really fun to be able to add a new social media dynamic to what we're doing. So for the casting, this Wednesday show in particular, I'll be putting it up on Kick Live along with YouTube and Facebook. Then I will repost to at least YouTube and Facebook. I don't know. I'm not into Kick enough yet to know if I'll be able to repost there. And this one doesn't show up on Instagram because it's really too long for Instagram and we time out. So very happy to have Kick on board. Let me know what you guys think of that format. If it's one you're going to move to or looking at, we're excited about it here. Oh, that's right. I was talking about Midsummer, wasn't I? Let's talk some more about Midsummer and how we're going to celebrate it. I've always liked the imagery of the meditative vigil for Midsummer. There's 2 times a year when I mostly hear about this being done. One is at Yule, when you have the longest night and you wait until the sun rises to see the sun's return for another year. And here, when the night is at its shortest, where usually more than just waiting for the sun to rise, you are deliberately meditating, scrying, perhaps even imbibing one of our more adult herbs that we keep here at the shop. Something traditionally associated with meditative work, dream work, astral plane work, things like the blue, white, pink, or red lotus/lily, depending on what resources you're looking at. Sinaquichi, Clavahuasco, there's a whole host, Compratum, that we do here. And we do a class on entheogenic herbs where we have samples out for folks to try, just a beginner level dose. It's not a lot, but it's enough to give you a taste of what it's like to experience it. We talk tech, we talk folklore while people get to sip that beverage, and we take a little break. And then when we come back after the break, we do a guided meditation just to help you push that experience with that herb as far as you can at that mild dose to determine whether or not it's one that's worth your time and effort going forward. It's a fun class. There's lots of info. And I love the guided meditations. We basically go and meet the plant, which is always kind of nice. A few visuals thrown in. It's one of the more fun classes here at the shop. And that's always the first Sunday of the month. So we've run it several times as a series. I may be taking the summer off and waiting until the fall to do it again. But with most of them, because the dose is kept to a minimum, it's a reasonably safe thing. Just hang out at the store or go grab some food at the coffee shop or one of the restaurants nearby after class and just hang out for a little while, let the effects rinse away, and you're usually fine within an hour or so at the end of class. I'm always here for the whole day, so you can always ask me a question if you have one. If you have any concerns, I'm available. But the only one that I would say has a reverb effect, a little echo effect, is the Sinaquichi. And that one, I do warn folks at the beginning of that class that you'll have the experience, you will think it's gone, the visual aspect will go away. And then 3 hours later, you might recognize that you're still a little under the influence or it's rebounded a little bit for you. So that's the only one that I say that about. Many of them, if not all of them, I wouldn't drive on while you're being affected by them. It's not illegal, it's just not smart. And the only reason it's not illegal is we don't have tens of thousands, if not millions, of examples of people getting into accidents because of these items. So keep it legal, be responsible would be my advice. What have we got here? Oh, I got plenty of time. This is good. I love this day. So the publishing house for the artist who we pantomimed with today, so sweet for that. This is a publishing house that requests that we order many, many, many books at a time, 300 titles total, at least. So this is why I don't have a copy to show you folks. We will delay ordering that until we can receive it at our new location, which should be by June 1st at the latest, although maybe a little early. Maybe we'll have a little preview. If we can get the store set up early enough, we will definitely open earlier than June 1st at the new location. Where things are at right now is the deconstruction is almost finished. We are making some final decisions about some lighting and other issues along those lines. The paint will be chosen early next week, and then we'll get the paint in. Once the paint's in, the new bookcases can come, and some of the cases from here we will take, but most of them we're not, by the way. Once those things are in, we'll get everything set up and arranged. Probably put out a different set of purses for everybody to see, just to change it up, because we have plenty still from Jerry, and not all the categories are up on the store floor all the time. They do get switched out periodically. We'll just take this as an excuse to switch them out. So you'll get to see some fun new stuff, but it also means that some of the more popular ones that are out there right now on our store floor might not be on our store floor when we move, if we still have any. So I have a beautiful little rainbow drawstring bag. It's about this big with a round bottom and it just drawstring is shut. I've only got one left. And some really nice purses with some wooden rings on them. They're not super big. Definitely can go over the shoulder, crossbody. The straps are long enough for that for most folks. It's a good size for the basics of what you might want to carry with you on a day, or bringing a couple of tarot decks, or a deck and some runes, anything along those lines, or a deck, oracle or tarot. And maybe you like to have a lit candle when you do your readings, or you like to cleanse your decks with a few stones. There is plenty of room in this bag for that kind of thing. It's a great option. So I would encourage those as well, because odds are they're going to go in a bin and go to our basement in the new location, because I will already have put out some bags that nobody has seen for a few months. Same is going to be true with some of the scarves, another Jerry item. As for the jewelry, you'll probably see a lot of the same stuff over there, and we'll probably be gradually moving it over the course of the next few weeks. But with that said, we're getting very close to wrapping it up time. I'm within about 12 minutes. And my adorable guest, just want to say again, I'm so glad she was here. I'm so glad you got to see her at least and see a little bit of the artwork. I wonder if there are any other really cool images I can show you. Let me see. No decks. Let's see what I can find. Oh, the Radiant Tarot is the other deck. That is the other deck that Alexandra Eldridge has done. Just so I can pull that one up. Let's see if I can get, I can't get that. I can get it big. I can get it big. Here we go. So you guys can take a good look at that. That is an earlier deck. This one's currently out and in print. So it's one that you'll see at the store not long after we move, as soon as we're able to receive things there. And then, of course, there is the new one coming out. Let me look for Unwilding to see if I can, oops, it thinks I mean unyielding. There we go. Nope, that's the Radiant Tarot. Ooh. There is one she's put up on Instagram that I see here. This one is called Surrender. Isn't that adorable? young girl with a big bunny rabbit or hare in front of her. Just little touches of color to catch the eye. It's fabulous. Let's see if there's anything else I can show you guys for her decks. I just want to give her a nice, fair look at what since that's what we're coming up with. Nope. Let's see. More images. Let's see what we can find. Rewilding. Here we go. Here's a nice image of rewilding. So here are a few more of those cards from the rewilding deck. You got something somewhat similar with that first one, but it's not surrender. This is an oracle deck, by the way. Innocence. Looks like that one's innocence, and she's got an elephant and a cat and a lamb. Beautiful, beautiful deck. Really evocative imagery. Look at this, a wolf in little girl's clothing, right? And you've got a beautiful bird, angel figure. So it's just about bringing the wild back into how we think about things and understanding that that's part of who we are too. We are part wild. There's no getting away from that. But in any event, so glad she was here. I want to thank her again for being here. But I am going to let you folks have a wonderful day. On behalf of myself and the rest of the staff here at Magus Books and Herbs in Minneapolis and at magusbooks.com, we thank you all for the views, the likes, the subscribes, the shares, all the magical things that you get to do to help us with our little algorithms on our various social media sites. Blessed be everyone, and we will see you soon.